Hello everyone. So next is practical transformer on load. So consider two cases. First is when such a transformer is assumed to have no winding resistance and leakage flux. So first condition we consider, that is practical transformer does not have any winding resistance and leakage flux. And second condition, when the transformer has winding resistance and leakage flux. So first condition is no winding resistance and leakage flux. So there will be the no uh, resistance and leakage flux in the primary and secondary circuit of the transformer. So this is a circuit of transformer which does not have any resistance and leakage flux present in this. So figure shows a practical transformer with the assumption that resistance and leakage reactance of the windings are negligible. So with these assumptions, V2 is equal to E2 and V1 is equal to E1, as there is a no resistance and leakage flux, so there will be the no voltage drop in the circuit. So consider inductive load which causes the secondary current I2 to lag the secondary voltage by 5. So the total primary current I1 must meet two requirements. That is, primary current I1 have to be supplied these two requirements. So it must supply the no load current I0 to meet the iron losses in a transformer and to provide flux in the core. And second, it must supply current I2 dash to counteract the demagnetizing effect of secondary current I2. So magnitude of I2 dash will be such that is I2 dash means counter balance current. So that is N1 I2 dash, that is equal to N2 I1 N2 I2. So I2 dash will be N2 by N1 I2, that is K times I2. So the total primary current I1 is the phasor sum of I2 dash, that is counterbalance current, and I0, that is no load current. 1 is equal to I2 dash plus I0, where I2 dash is equal to minus K times I2, that is I2 dash is in 180 degree out of phase with I2. So from phasor diagram for inductive load, this is a phasor diagram for inductive load where the I2 lags the in this voltage E2 or V2 by some angle phi. Both E1 and E2 lags behind the mutual flux, this is phi by 90, that E2 and V2, sorry, E1 E2 and V2 are lags behind the voltage by uh, mutual flux by 90 degree. So the current I2 dash represents, that is this, the I2 dash represent the primary current to neutralize the demagnetizing effect of secondary current I2. So in order to demagnetize effect of current I2, which will be produced in secondary winding, so it have to generate counteract MMA that will be produced by this I2 dash. So I2 dash is equal to K times I2 and is in anti-phase with I2. That is, it is 180 degree opposite to that I2. I0 is the no load current of the transformer. So the phasor sum of I2 dash and I0 gives total primary current. So this phasor diagram I2 dash and I0 gives I1. So as we assume K is equal to unity, so the primary phasors are equal to the secondary. So primary power factor is cos phi 1 and primary input power is equal to V1 I1 cos phi 1. Secondary power factor is cos phi 2 and secondary power output is V2 I2 cos phi 2. Second condition is transformer with resistance and leakage reactance. So this diagram shows practical transformer having winding resistances and leakage reactances. So these are the actual conditions that exist in a transformer. So in this case, we consider R1 and X1, that is resistance and leakage reactance in the both primary and secondary winding respectively. So there is a voltage drop as we consider this parameters. So there will be the voltage drop in R1 and X1. So that primary EMF E1, that is this induced EMF E1 will be less than primary voltage applied voltage V1. So primary EMF E1 is less than applied voltage V1. Similarly, there is a voltage drop in R2 X2. So the secondary terminal voltage, that is this terminal voltage, will be less than induced voltage E2. So consider inductive load which causes the secondary current I2 to lag secondary induced voltage V2 by phi 2. So the total primary current I1 must meet two requirements, that is it must supply no load current I0 to meet the iron losses in the transformer and to provide flux in the core, and second it must supply a current I2 dash to counteract the demagnetizing effect of the secondary current. So magnitude of I2 dash will be such that N1 I2 dash is equal to N2 I2. So and I2 dash will be is equal to N2 by N1 I2 is equal to K times I2. So the total primary current I1 is phasor sum of I2 dash and I0, that is I1 is equal to I2 dash plus I0, where I2 dash is equal to minus K times I2. So I2 dash is 180 degree out of phase with I2. So from circuit diagram, we can uh, calculate, that is we get a equation, that is V1 is equal to minus E1 plus I1 into R1 plus JX1. That is from diagram V1 is equal to minus R1 plus minus I1 R1 minus I1 X1 minus E1. So we get a equation of V1 is equal to minus E1 plus I1 R1 plus JX1, where I1 is equal to I0 plus minus K times I2. So minus E1 is equal to I1 Z1, and Z1 is impedance, that is impedance of primary side. So it consists of R1 plus JX1. Similarly, we get from that circuit V2 is equal to E2 minus I2 R2 plus JX1. So E2 minus I2 Z2. So the figure shows the phasor diagram of practical transformer for inductive. So both E1 and E2 lag behind the mutual flux by 90 degree. The current I2 dash, that is this one, the current I2 dash represent the primary current to neutralize the demagnetizing effect of secondary current I2. So I2 dash is equal to K times I2 and is in antiphase with I2. I0 is the no load current of the transformer, and the phasor sum of I2 dash and I0 gives the primary current I1. So from equation 1, that is V1 is equal to minus E1. V1 is equal to minus E1. So in order to calculate V1, so there will be the minus E1 plus I1 R1. I1 R1 will be in the direction of primary current I1. So this is I1 R1 and I1 X1. So it should be lags behind the applied voltage by 90 degrees. So this is I1 X1, and the resultant will be both by addition of these phases we get I1 Z1, and by adding this total voltage drop we will get V1. So we will draw a V1. Second, in order to get V2, E2 minus I2 R2. So minus I2 R2. So V2 minus I2 R2 and minus JX2. So E2 minus I2 R2 and minus JX2 will use a V2. So counter EMF that opposes the applied voltage V1 and minus E1. Therefore, if we add I1 R1 is in phase with I1, that is I1 R1 is in phase with I1 and I1 X1 and I1 2 minus E1, we get the applied primary voltage V1. So the phasor E2 represent the induced voltage, induced EMF in the secondary by the mutual flux phi. So the secondary terminal voltage V2 will be the value which we got after subtracting the I2 R2 and I2 X2 from E2. So primary power factor is cos phi 1 and primary input power P1 is equal to V1 I1 cos phi 1. So load factor is equal to cos phi 2 and secondary output P2 P2 I2. So this is a practical transformer on node 1. Similarly, we can calculate or we can draw the phasor diagram of for resistive load and capacitive load. Thank you.